على خاتم النبيين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله
والصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله.
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله.
Dear Islamic brothers, did you know that the Holy Prophet ﷺ used to recite durood upon himself? Yes, brothers, it's stated in an authentic hadith that one time a Sahaba saw the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and while he was coming in and out of the masjid, he used to say, Sallallahu alayya. Now when we read Sallallahu alayka, Ya Rasulullah alayka, on you. But he used to say, Sallallahu alayya, on me. Allah sent durood on me. So in addition to all the wonderful bounties that we hear about in every bayan, about reading durood pak and how your ranks will be raised by 10 for every durood you read, and how if you read so many on Friday, your sins will be forgiven on the day of Qiyamah, and all of this, we should also be making the intention of following sunnah when we read durood pak. Sallu ala al-Habib. Alright, dear brothers, today the way my bayan is going to work, I'm going to tell a couple of different stories, and then at the very end it's all going to get tied together. So pay attention, because if you think these stories don't have anything to do with each other, just pay attention because it will all make sense at the end, inshallah. Now I'll start by reading one of my favorite hadiths, which I call, and which you can find online usually, by the hadith of the blind man. The hadith of the blind man. Now this hadith is stated in Sunan Ibn Majah, in Sunan Nisai, in Jami Tirmizi. So that's 3 of the 6 Sahih Sita books. It's stated in there, and it's also in Musnad Imam Hanbal. Okay, so this is a very authentic hadith with lots and lots of references. And it goes like this. Anna rajulun zurayru basari ati nabiyya sallallahu alayhi wa sallam faqala ad'u Allah li an yu'afini. فقال إن شئت أخرت لك وهو خير وإن شئت دعوت فقال عدوه فأمر أن يتوضع ويحسن وضوءه ويصلي ركعتين ويدعو بهذا الدعاء اللهم إني أسألك وأجوده إليك بمحمد النبي الرحمة يا محمد إني قد توجهت بك إلى ربي بحاجتي هذا لتقضى اللهم شفعه فيا صلوا على الحبيب صلى الله عليه وسلم. So I'll walk you through this hadith a little bit, piece by piece. أن رجل ضرير البصر, a man who had a problem with his eyes, a man weak of eyesight, or a blind man. Ati Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he came to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. فقال, and he said, عدعو Allah li yu'afini, make dua to Allah to solve this problem of mine. فقال, so Huzur Pak sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, إن شئت أخرت لك وهو خير, if you like, you should be patient with it, and this is better for you. وَإِن شِئْتَ دَعَوْتُ, and if you like, I will make dua for you. Okay, so he gave the Sahabi an option. If you want to just be patient on this blindness, this is better for you, but if you want, I can make dua for you. Okay? And the Sahabi said, فَقَالَ عَدْعُوهُ, the Sahaba said, please make dua for it. He wanted his eyes back, okay? فَعَمَرُوا أَن يَتَوَضَّعَ وَيُحْسِنَ وُضُوءُهُ وَيُصَلِّي رَكَعَتَيْنِ. So Huzur sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he ordered the man to do wudu and to make a very good wudu. To make a very good wudu and to pray 2 rakat, meaning 2 rakat nafil. Okay? And after he's finished with his 2 rakat nafil, to do dua like this. Okay? Allahumma inni as'aluka wa aj'awatu ilayka bi Muhammadin nabiyyur rahmat. Okay? To make dua and to say Allahumma, oh Allah, Ya Allah, Ay Allah in Urdu. Okay? As'aluka wa atawajjahu ilayka bi Muhammad. I'm asking you, as'aluka, I'm asking you. Okay, and I'm turning my face towards you. Bi Muhammad and Nabiyyur Rahmah. By Muhammad, through Muhammad, the Nabi of Rahmat. Ya Muhammad, inni qad tawajjahtu bika illa Rabbi. Ya Rasulullah, I have turned my face towards our Rabb through you, by you. Okay? Fi hajatin bihada, by this, in my this need. Okay? Allahumma, ay Allah, O Allah, fashafa'ahu fiyya. Give me shifat, give me healing for this. Alright, brothers. And this is especially for the young people, because you get confused sometimes on social media and you get misled by Mufti Alama TikTok, Alama Hazrat WhatsApp, okay? And they try to confuse you and say that these things that you're seeing in our Sunni masjids are haram, these are bid'ahs, these are shirks, okay? Now here the Holy Prophet ﷺ directly instructed a Sahaba how to make dua using himself, using huzur as a means of getting close to Allah Azza wa Jal. As a way of saying, Allah Azza wa Jal, I'm asking you through Rasulullah in order to solve my need. This is called using a wasila, using an intermediary. Okay? And if this was a haram thing, if this was a bid'ah, if this was a shirk, then why did Huzur Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam tell us how to do this? Alright, brothers? This is a perfectly jaiz, halal, permissible thing for us to ask Allah Azza wa Jal through holy people. For us to ask Allah Azza wa Jal to fulfill our needs, going through major personalities, going through the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, or any of our pious saints, Ghaus Pak, Imam Azam, whatever you like. Alright, if this was a shirk, if this was a bid'ah, then why did Huzur give us instructions on how to make dua this way? Alright, this is a halal, permissible thing, and we should all do this. The other point that I want to make you right here is that, if you think about it, restoring your eyesight, this is a worldly matter. This is not really a religious matter. This is a dunyavi kam in Urdu. Okay, this is a dunyavi kam. You go to the doctor for this. This is not a matter of haram, halal. This is not a matter of fard, wajib, namaz, zakat, roza. He's asking to get his eyesight back. Okay, this is a worldly matter, and still the Sahabas used to go to Huzur Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in order to fulfill all of their worldly needs. The Sahabas used to go to Huzur Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to get help with their worldly problems. And this is definitely a permitted halal jaiz thing for us to do, because we have evidence, we have proof that the Sahabas alayhim radwan used to go to Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in order to solve all of their worldly problems. Sallu ala al-Habib. Next hadith is also from Jami Tirmizi and Ustad Ahmed Hanbal. I really love Imam Ahmed Hanbal, so whenever I can take a quote from him, I always try to, inshallah. And this is a hadith from the beloved Sahabi Anas bin Malik. And everybody knows Anas bin Malik. Everybody has heard the name Anas bin Malik and knew he was definitely one of the righteous Sahabas of his time. And it's a long hadith, but I've just cut out the important part for you here. He says, Sa'altu Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, I asked Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, an yashfa'a li yawm al-qiyamah, to do shifat for me, to do intercession for me on the yawm al-qiyamah. فَقَالَ أَنَا فَاعِلٌ إِنشَاءَ Azza wa Jal. So he said, I'm the one to do this, insha'Allah Azza wa Jal. Alright, Huzur Pak Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi Wasallam is saying, I am the one to do this. I am the one to do shifat for you, insha'Allah Azza wa Jal. Okay, so if a person is denying that Huzur has the ability to do any shafaat for us, or that other people have the ability to intercede on our behalf in the court of Allah Azza wa Jal and to help us on the day of Qiyamah, they're denying this very simple hadith here. They need to come sit in our Ula class at Jamiatul Medina, because every Ula student can tell you what the word fa'il means. Fa'il means the person who does it. Huzur is saying, I am the person who does this. I am the person who makes shafaat. MashaAllah. So now notice here, the Sahabi, in this case, the Sahabi is asking for help in his religious matters, in his deen kam. He's asking for help and intercession on the day of Qiyamah. Okay? And Huzur had no problem with this. Huzur said, Ana fa'il, I'm the one to do this. He did not say, you're doing shirk, you're doing bid'ah, you cannot ask me for help in your religious things. He definitely did not say this. Okay? The Sahabis used to ask Huzur Pak sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam for help in all of their religious matters. This is a jaiz, halal, permittable thing for us. We have proof from it. I just read it to you. Okay? Sallu ala al-Habib. Now, there's an important thing that you need to understand about Aqidah, about theology, about Islamic beliefs. You can read this in Bahar al-Shariat, if you can read Urdu, or if you want to look at an Arabic fiqh book, you can take help from anyone who works at Jamiatul Medina. Okay? The rulings of shirk are the same whether that person is alive or is in the grave. Okay? So in other words, the things which are shirk to do towards a person when he is alive, it is also shirk to do that when the person is in their grave. If it is not shirk when the person is alive, it is not shirk when the person is in the grave. Okay? As an example for this, everybody knows the story in the Holy Quran of Pharaoh, right? Everybody knows the story of Pharaoh and how he used to tell the Egyptian people to worship him and to worship him as if he was a god. Okay? If anybody did this, if anybody did ibadah towards Pharaoh during the lifetime of Pharaoh, that would obviously be shirk, right? Everybody understands that. And then, after he was dead, after he drowned in the river, if anybody continued to do ibadah and worship him after he was dead, that would also still be shirk. It doesn't matter whether the other person is alive or dead, whatever is shirk is shirk. Everybody with me so far? Yes. Okay. Now, another evil king, Namrud. Namrud in English is called Nimrod, okay? And actually Nimrod is kind of, in slang, it's kind of an insult for a stupid person, okay? Because you may know that he tried to build a tower up into Jannah. He tried to build a tower all the way to Jannah. It's called the Tower of Babel in English. I don't know how you call it in Urdu. But obviously this is a really stupid thing to do. How can you build a tower all the way up to heaven, okay? So you say, oh, don't listen to him, he's a Nimrod, stop it, you're acting like a Nimrod. When I was a teenager, I used to talk like this. It's a slang word for a stupid person. Okay. Now, in Surah Baqarah, verse 258, I'm just going to read you the English from Kanz al-Iman here. Oh, beloved, meaning to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, did you not see Namrud, who clashed with Ibrahim concerning his Lord, merely because Allah had given him kingship? When Ibrahim said, my Lord is he who gives life and death, he, Namrud, said, I give life and I cause death. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Here, Namrud is claiming to be a god. He's claiming to have the power of creation, of giving life and causing death. Remember, he's an idiot. Okay, so now he's claiming to have the power to give life and death. And remember, the rulings of shirk are the same, whether the person is alive or is dead. So, if any one of his citizens in his kingdom of Babylon believed that he had the power of giving life and death when he was alive, that person would obviously be guilty of shirk. And if anybody after King Nimrod had died continued to believe that he has the power of giving life and causing death from his grave, that would still be shirk, because the rulings of shirk are the same whether the person is alive or is in their grave. Everybody with me so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let's go back to the first two stories that I told you guys. Remember, the Sahabas used to ask Huzur sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam for help in their worldly matters, in their dunyavi kam. Alright? And this was not shirk when he was alive and he was on the earth. So it is not shirk for us to ask him for help in our worldly matters while he is in his blessed grave. Alright? We can ask Huzur for help in our worldly needs now. Today we can still ask him for help in all of our worldly matters. And we must, because this is what the Sahabas did. And we have to follow in their footsteps if we want to be good Muslims. The Sahabas would ask for help with their religious matters. The Sahabas would ask for help in their dini kam. They would ask Huzur for help to give shafat on the day of Qiyamah. This was not shirk for them while he was alive on the earth. This is not shirk for us now that he is in his blessed grave. Sallu ala al-Habib. We must ask Huzur for help in all of our dini needs. This is the way of the Sahabas, and we have to follow in their example if we want to be good Muslims. Allah Azza wa Jal enable us to always get close to Huzur, to always ask him for help in our worldly and our religious matters. Allah Azza wa Jal protect us from the real actual shirk and help us to understand the beliefs of the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'at. And if you want to be able to read hadith, and if you want to be able to read and translate word for word like I just did, you should come to Jamiatul Medina. Inshallah, you'll learn Arabic, you will learn the grammar, and you'll be able to translate hadith like I just did for you. Inshallah, me and Ustad Ahmed will be your teachers, inshallah. The minimum age is 13, and there's no maximum age to enroll. I enrolled when I was 26. I'm in my 30s now, and now I'm teaching. Alhamdulillah Azza wa Jal. So if you're a little bit older, don't be shy. Come, we'll teach you, inshallah. You'll get to learn some hadith. Sallu ala al-Habib.